Hey all, here OS Reviews. Ever since the Apple AirPods, TWS or truly wireless earbuds have become quite popular. You buy them in a set of two and you can listen to stereo music. We've been seeing less and less dedicated Bluetooth headsets. So in this video, we'll be taking a look at just one of those, a Bluetooth earpiece. It's a mono piece as opposed to being stereo, which means it's also a lot cheaper. So if all you need is just to answer phone calls, you don't need to listen to music all that much, then perhaps something like this is worth a closer look. The small model number is S1, and what's interesting is even for a mono bud, it still includes a battery charging case, which is a concept that TWS earbuds first came out with. So it's interesting to see that inspiration creep through. Battery life is also going to be a lot stronger than on a TWS pair because they need to be communicating with each other in addition to the phone, and that multi-connection process drains battery very quickly. In fact, the average for TWS is only about 3 hours of playtime, which is awful. Now on these, since it's a single bud that connects only to your phone using Bluetooth, battery life is rated at roughly 7 hours or so, about 5 hours of talk time, so that's going to be significantly longer. Perhaps, again, the best thing about this is going to be the price, since it only sells for about 20 bucks, a lot cheaper than, again, most of the stereo pairs if you only want to make phone calls. It's still very small and discreet, and it's also waterproof, so if you drop this into water, if you're taking a shower, it should still survive. There's a small status LED on the very top that will blink when it's entered the pairing mode, and what's interesting is that this is also relying on pretty much capacitive controls. There are no physical buttons at all, so when you pop it into the case, it automatically starts charging. When you take it out, it automatically turns on, and the case is fairly small and compact. Opening it up, we also get two more ear tips, which are made out of silicone. They have different sizes that, depending on your ears, you can get a more comfortable or snug fit. So it's nice that we also have these integrated as part of the casing that you can use when traveling and on the go. It's actually quite neat. Now you can simply pop this in. It attaches firmly using magnets and those two contact points, and immediately it begins to charge. You can just close this up, and charging will start. Once it's full, the LED light will shut off. Moving into fit and audio quality, first of all, I found them to be reasonably comfortable. They are quite lightweight because of the sleek unibody finish, but at the same time, I would have liked to see maybe an outer wing that extends outwards and catches on the outside of your ears, because if you are moving around or kind of jogging lightly, they can still occasionally fall out, but at least it is pretty snug and noise isolating. Audio performance is good. It's using Bluetooth version 4.2. Yes, you can still use this for audio, but it's not going to be as comfortable as on a stereo pair since you only get sound coming out from one ear, but it works for that just fine. But again, if you are maybe playing back a video clip, there is going to be a slight delay between the video and the audio. The sound is quite clean without really any distortion or static. Even pausing the sound, I didn't hear any hissing. So again, quite impressive at this really low price. Otherwise, the microphone is integrated on the side. It is very small, and because your mouth is quite far away from this little tiny earpiece that can almost disappear in your ear, there's quite a bit of distance in between that, and occasionally noise can still leak in if you are talking in a crowded environment. It still works better than expected, and it's about average in that sense, although that might be a little disappointing because it's advertised mostly as a Bluetooth headset, which you use to make and answer phone calls with. Otherwise, answering the calls themselves is quite simple. Just simply tap on this large blue area once to basically answer the call, and I didn't really have any problems there when trying it with an Android smartphone. And again, battery life does seem to be quite good at around 6 hours or so in my testing, and you can simply pop it into the case and it automatically begins charging up, and you're basically ready to go. So that's pretty much it as far as our hands-on review of this S1 mini Bluetooth headset, which again is rare and rarer to find in 2018-2019 since TWS stereo pairs also contain microphones that are replicating the same features but can also act as music listening devices. However, not everyone will want to listen to music. Some business people would prefer only having one discreetly in, and the other ear can be free to listen to your outside environment, people around you, and you can still answer their conversations and questions. This thing is also a lot cheaper, so there certainly are uses for it, even if the sound quality through the mic isn't the best in the world, but it is passable. You can check out more details in the links down below, but for now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.